Yeah, stream's okay. Sometimes it just does that, but
Wow.
it does that again every single time. It just started putting that up there. I think it's because I typed the letter A. Because I have it as a hotkey, but I'll have to watch it. Sorry about that.
That's good.
Here we are.
I gotta tell you, that video hurt my hands watching it.
It did.
Yeah.
I was all about the dabbing though.
The dabbing?
Yeah.
I've become a fan of moisturizing through this pandemic.
I've had so much alcohol on these hands from the hand sanitizer. I just pump all the time. It's just dripping down my arms.
Like, I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what
I don't
to say.
either because I don't normally do that.
I don't know what to say about that.
I moisturize, but not my hands, clearly, because they're cracked. Hey, how are you?
We're back.
We're back. Not back. We haven't been here yet this week. Last week we had a few fits and starts. Hopefully we'll be on YouTube soon. We're having a little glitch with that. But we are here for the first time tonight. And welcome to Quarantined Wednesdays. Well, quarantined every days, but tonight's Wednesday. And yeah, we're just going to roll with it, and hopefully our YouTubers will join us momentarily.
What day of quarantine are we?
Um,
Technically.
is this like the movie The Martian? We're on Sol 400.
Well, it's funny. I mean, technically, state of Ohio, it's like day 2 technically, but I mean, my family's on day 10.
Yeah,
So-
it was 11:59 on Monday night, so technically we're
day
still
2?
in day 2.
Oh, man.
It feels longer.
Now I'm really in pain.
You still have 6 weeks to go.
Ah.
And a lot of projects. I'm going to get started on my projects now that my painters are gone. All right. So, did you know, Michael, that
No.
you didn't know, Michael? March 6th. So we just missed it. March 6th was National Oreo Day.
Oh. So, I've said this to you before.
Yeah.
You might kick me off the air right now.
Again? Why now this time?
Controversial statement. Oreo is the most overrated cookie.
I'm not going to kick you off the air
Long pause.
for an opinion. That's
Well, I
clearly
appreciate
wrong.
that. I appreciate your honoring the First Amendment, even in this context.
Even in this context.
But no, to answer your question, I did not know that March 6th was National Oreo Day.
Overrated. Where are you getting your ratings from? I'm not saying it's the best cookie in the world.
Well, I feel like people think that some people glorify Oreos to the point where they
It's a
think
god?
if Jesus came back today, the first thing he would do is
He'd
dunk
have-
an Oreo in a glass of milk.
He'd have Oreos for
Like, this is what I've been missing for 2,000 years.
No, there's too
like,
many flavors. There's too many flavors.
There's a lot of flavors. Yeah, a lot of
Which-
flavors.
If Jesus came back with handfuls of Oreos, what flavor would they be? Would they be the original or one of the many different flavors? I don't know. I don't think he's coming back with Oreos.
Well, I got to say, Jesus was the original, so he would go with
He's
an
an OG.
original. OG.
Jesus is the OG, and we are down.
All right.
All right, so let's see. I guess we will just jump right into our first game.
Let's do it. Let's
since we
do
got
it.
things going. We are going to play Did They Oreo It? Michael, what are the rules of this game? They're pretty easy. They're actually easier than last week's game.
Well, for the first rule, I think, is that you shouldn't be allowed to answer because you probably know all these by heart, whether or not you've looked at the slides, and I don't.
Well, I put the slides in, so I
Yeah.
have looked at them.
So Brad's a way bigger Oreo fan than I am. I'm more of a Chips Ahoy guy. But the rules of this game are
Now, have you had the Chips Ahoy, the soft Chips Ahoy with the creamy filling?
I don't like my cookies soft. I like them, which seems counterintuitive that I'm not a huge Oreo fan.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway.
so did they Oreo it? So what we're going to do is we're going to put up some slides here with flavors, all right? And you just need a yes or no whether or not
They
that
Oreoed
they
it.
made an Oreo of this flavor. That's all you got to do. So just yes or no or true or false, chime in. And the first one we got here is birthday cake.
Now,
So
if you don't know this one,
I mean,
you need to.
they've made birthday cake everything.
Yeah.
You know what there's not, though? And it kind of surprised me. There's not a birthday cake latte at Starbucks. Anyway, birthday cake, yes or no, Aaron?
Next week there will be.
Did they Oreo it?
Did they?
I would
Oreo it?
imagine because there are some dads who aren't going to make a birthday cake, and they're just
They're
going to go
gonna
buy some
stack 'em
birthday
up
cake
and
Oreos.
stick a
Are
candle in
are
it.
you that dad?
I would totally be that dad.
like, happy birthday.
It
How
would
do
just
you-
be, oh, I'm going to hand the package and a candle. That's it.
I was gonna say the only way you put a candle in an Oreo is if you soften it first.
No candles.
So you pre-dunk it to candle it.
No
Do we have
candles.
anybody answering yet?
I'm gonna go yes that they did Oreo it.
What's the answer, Aaron?
They Oreo
Of course they did.
Of course they did. Those are
Now-
actually delicious.
I've never had the blonde. Okay, just here's an aside. The golden Oreos, much to Pastor's love of them, are not Oreos. They are imposters. It's like a vanilla Frosty at Wendy's, not a Frosty.
So this entire game's obsolete then.
Just the ones that are blonde.
Those are technically blonde, aren't
Those
they?
are blonde.
All right, next
But
one.
I've never had
Next
the
one.
blonde birthday cake.
Pancake batter.
Pancake batter.
Ooh, you know what this reminds me of?
Pancakes?
Fried Oreos.
Oh, shut the front
Fried
door.
Oreos. If you haven't had a fried Oreo, then your life is incomplete.
Have you? Oh,
I
fried Snickers.
I don't think they've done this one.
Really?
I'm gonna say negative on this one. Any
Really?
answers? Any responses?
I've got nothing on Facebook as of this moment.
All right.
Getting
Some no's from
You
YouTube.
getting some no's? No's from YouTube?
All right.
All right.
Well,
I'm going with the no's here.
and the nose knows.
They did not Oreo. You know what? How would they, though? How would they?
How would they?
I know what they should do. Prepackaged fried Oreos.
Wow. It comes with its own oil.
All right. What's the next one, Aaron?
Rocket Pop. Let's just ask this. Do you guys know what a Rocket Pop
I was
is?
about to say the same thing.
Oh
Who
my
knows?
gosh.
Who knows what a Rocket Pop is?
I know that anybody over the age of 30 should know what a Rocket Pop is.
They should.
And
They
if
absolutely
If
should.
they have teens, they better be teaching because that's just wrong.
So, Rocket Pop is the latest one. Yeah, we had pretty much all no's. A few no's coming in for Rocket Pops. I'm wondering, though, are those no's? I don't know what that is, or know that they did not Oreo it. I'm going to say
I'm going to say that they're playing the game.
they're playing the game. Okay,
Yeah.
they're playing the game. Yeah. No attention to us. No,
Absolutely,
they
they
did
did
not.
not.
They should. Here's the question, though.
What flavor would
You
that be?
ever like made something out of Fruity Pebbles, like Fruity Pebble cupcakes? Like the flavor's there, but the crunch is not. So if they Oreoed
Would-
Rocket Pops, would it have the same pop? You know?
No pun intended.
Ah. All right, Aaron. What's the next
Anyway. Candy cane.
one? Ooh, candy. This is like birthday cake, right? Everything has been
Well,
candy cane.
Within the last 5 years, everything is peppermint. Especially at Christmas time.
I'm going to be disappointed if there's not a pumpkin spice latte up here, because or at least pumpkin spice.
Well, that's all right.
Are there pumpkin spice Oreos? Let's just say with candy cane. Candy cane, yes. yes, I'm
Yes?
going yes.
What do we got?
Abby says patriotic. Lots of yeses. Leah, sorry.
Sorry.
One no. One no.
One no. Who's one no?
I can't. I won't call her out. I called out a couple of people way too much last
Yeah.
week. So
Yes,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
bite my tongue
Candy
this week.
cane at Christmas time. A very underrated Oreo.
I was
I
gonna
was
say
gonna-
that sounds fantastic.
It is
I've
good.
never had one of those, and I like peppermint has grown on me. The peppermint milkshake from Chick-fil-A is mind blowing.
like drip, drip.
All right, next, Aaron. What do we got?
yeah.
Creamsicle.
Creamsicle.
Do you know this one?
I know this one.
You do?
I
Aaron-
know this one for a fact.
Aaron, do you know?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I can see the answer, so
Oh,
but
okay.
I didn't know ahead of time.
You didn't know ahead of time. All right. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
Creamsicle is like the classic flavor from years gone
Ah.
by. They used to
Ah.
make creamsicle everything.
So you're saying
Creamsicle
yes?
lip balm was the bomb diggity when I was in high school.
All right. We're 50-50 right now on YouTube. Yeah. Yes.
Well,
no,
then 50
nah,
of you are
no.
right.
All right, Aaron. What do we got? Creamsicle.
You bet
yes or
your
no?
bottom
they
dollar.
did Oreo. Is that classic? Is that old school?
No, it's a creamsicle is just a flavor that they used to have in pretty much all kinds of things.
Well, yeah.
Years gone by. They
So is this
brought
current? Can you buy these?
You cannot get these right now. They are limited edition, clearly under the Oreo.
Ah.
And I haven't seen them for maybe 2 years, but yeah. Again, I don't know that they made these in the chocolate. I think they would be better in the blonde, which makes
Yeah.
me feel dirty and I need to take a shower. But yes,
Mango smoothie.
mango smoothie. Now a mango making quite a comeback.
Well, I'm thinking like Oreo is not just an American thing.
No.
Oreo's global, right? And I mean, there's some parts of the world where mangoes are like apples or bananas
Yeah.
to us. Mangoes are everything. So, did you look at the slide, Aaron? Do you know?
I do know, and I don't think
You're not feeling it.
I don't think I'd buy that.
I had mango for breakfast this morning, so I like mango. Okay, I'm going to say yes because if it's not, I want it to be.
We've got a no so far.
One no.
Just one no.
I think Jenna's batting 1,000 right
We're
now.
a couple no's. We got
she's
3
brought
no's
her
at
game
least.
Jenna's
Yeah.
killing it. Yeah, Jenna's killing it.
Took
Jenna, Jenna studied for youth group this week. There I go. I
for
said
a
I
game that she didn't know we were playing. No, they
Oh.
did not make mango smoothie.
Oreo, if you're watching, Nabisco, right?
yeah.
Yeah, Oreo, Nabisco, if you're watching, make mango smoothie.
I'm going to guess Nabisco not watching.
100% on that one. All knows, 100%. All right.
Marshmallow crisp.
What's marshmallow crisp? Is that all right? So I'm between. Is that like Rice Krispie treat or s'more? Does it depend on which flavor cookie that you put it on?
Okay, so just for your edification,
We got 2 yeses on this. By the way,
they did make s'mores, M&Ms.
So
this is not a s'more.
s'mores M&Ms.
I'm sorry.
Oreos.
I have M&Ms in
oh,
my
okay,
head.
okay. All right. I'm just making sure
Just
we're on the same
M's.
page here. Marshmallow crisp. I'm
yes.
going no. I'm going no because based on your clarification, I'm thinking more Rice Krispie treat on this.
Okay.
So I'm going to say no.
No on the
Yeah.
marshmallow crisp.
Wouldn't that be like brand competition? Because Rice Krispie treats aren't Nabisco, are they? Or Rice Krispies? Isn't that General
Rice-
Mills?
Rice Krispies is General Mills.
I'm
I
going
think,
brand wars.
but we're brand wars. We're
I'm
branding.
going no.
It's all
No.
about branding.
We
today.
have all yeses here. All yeses.
and they would be
did
correct.
Oreo. Oh, see? I was right, though. Rice Krispie treat.
You were right. Yeah.
Technically, isn't that just a blonde Oreo?
No.
Because, like, the
'Cause-
cream in the middle is marshmallow.
No. Oh my. Good.
And Brad's gone. All right, it's just us now.
No,
All right.
absolutely not.
Banana split. Oh, my gosh. I've been
Oh.
terrible with this so far. I've been absolutely horrible with this.
Ask Jenna because she's blowing your
Our-
socks off.
Our YouTubers are killing it. They're killing it. They are 100% so far.
We got a yes so far.
Yeah, 1 yes.
Yeah. Banana split.
I'm going no.
Come
I'm
on,
going.
Facebookers.
I'm going no. I'm going no. The Chillikowski is the yes. Throw it up, Aaron.
Boom.
Wow, I'm
Now,
terrible at this.
This is a surprisingly delicious cookie.
Leah says, unfortunately, yes.
Yes, it's a surprisingly, and I'm not a big fan of strawberry, but the banana
Really?
strawberry combo is quite delightful.
I think there's I can't remember who makes it, but someone makes a banana split ice cream. So it's basically like a banana split, like all swirled and blended together, and it's amazing. So
It's less work. You don't have to parcel it out.
there's pieces of the banana split that would be missing though, like the cherry on top.
Now, I would like you to notice that the top side is chocolate, the bottom side is golden.
Ooh.
It's like right and left Twix.
Ooh.
Okay.
It changes the game.
Yeah.
Can we, limited edition again. Where
Yeah.
are you at, Nabisco? Abby says, I'm failing. Me and you both,
Keep it up,
Abby.
girlie. You can do it.
Apparently, we are terrible at this. Peanut butter chocolate chip. Come on, that's a no-brainer. That's a
Peanut
yes.
butter chocolate chip.
That's 100% yes. 100%
You think
yes.
so?
Confident of this. Oh, the chocolate chip is throwing me though. Would they put chocolate chips in the middle of an Oreo?
Is it actual chocolate chips, or is it just the chocolate chip flavor?
That what?
They have
That's not
flavor
even
of
a
everything,
thing.
my friend.
That's just
It's
chocolate.
Yes
That's
from
not
a
chocolate
few. We
chip.
got yes coming in.
There's no such thing as chocolate chip flavor. There's just
don't think?
chocolate flavor
No.
or chocolate chip.
Oh my god.
So you're telling me chocolate chips taste different than chocolate?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
All right, what is
And
it,
different
Aaron?
chocolate chips
We
taste
have-
different from each other.
It's split. I mean,
All pretty much all yeses on YouTube. We have one sure why not.
And just so you know, they did
Whoa,
not.
Jenna's still batting 1,000.
That's
with
my
the-
girl.
No.
Bringing it back. Okay, now
She's a
here's the
hardcore
deal
no.
with this. They have a peanut butter chocolate chip or a peanut butter chocolate pie flavored Oreo right now. Right now, you can walk over to Kroger if they're still open and not sanitizing. You can go over and buy peanut butter chocolate pie Oreos, but chocolate chip, a no-go.
I'm sticking with my guns. There's no such thing as a chocolate chip flavor. Specific.
Okay, so
chocolate
maybe
chip
next
flavor.
week we will have different flavored chocolate chips in here.
That's a-
chocolate chips.
All right.
But different flavor.
Now you just went outside the box.
No,
You changed the discussion there. All right, Aaron.
Anyway,
Fruit punch.
fruit punch.
Please, Lord Jesus, no.
If
That
there's a God in heaven, no.
Because that wouldn't work with a chocolate or a vanilla cookie,
You would think.
right?
Yeah, I'm not buying this.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, if so, that's disgusting. Disgusting.
Okay.
You're grinning. Your grin tells me that this has happened. That this is made.
Okay, everyone's saying yes. Are people just Googling this? Is this what's happening? I think this is what's happening.
I hate the intranet.
Because who thinks fruit punch is actually...
we have
cheating.
cheaters.
Cheating. Fast fingers. All right,
Cheaters
Aaron,
never win and winners never
What's
cheat.
the answer? They Oreo'd
did.
it. Oh my god.
They did. I can't. This is one I have not had, and like you would say, I'm
See,
certainly glad.
I'm with Jen on this. She says, unfortunately. So they stuffed the Kool-Aid Man in between two vanilla cookies.
Is that,
Oh,
that's cross?
yeah.
That's cross branding too.
That is cross branding. All right. Do we have another one, Aaron?
We have one more.
We have one more. All right.
One last one.
Yes.
Strawberry shortcake.
Yes. 100% yes. And they should. See,
There are things that make the world right.
yeah.
And strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Have you had a bad strawberry shortcake?
Yeah. But the strawberries were rotten, and I threw up. So
That'd do it.
But I mean, there's a million different ways to make strawberry shortcake. I've had strawberry shortcake on a buttermilk biscuit.
on a buttermilk biscuit.
It's pretty much
There's
unanimous
no bad
with
way to do
yes.
it. Not even Oreo could mess up strawberry shortcake.
So you're saying there's a lot of yeses on YouTube.
All yeses.
Yeah. All yeses?
All yeses. What is it, Aaron?
Wait, what's Jenna?
Oh my gosh!
They did not.
I'm blown away right now.
Yeah, that one's just for you. I thought we're going to end on a high note. I'm going to blow somebody's mind.
This is a terrible game. Who thought of this? Who thought of these Oreo flavors? Who thought fruit punch would be a yes
And strawberry
and
shortcake,
strawberry
a
cake
no.
was a no? Wasn't there like a VP of marketing in that meeting? Is like, maybe we want to rethink this.
Yeah, but he
All right.
he had really hot coffee and burned all his taste buds off, and he doesn't care. So
All right. Leah, I agree with you. Why can't we all be happy with original Oreos?
because they're not as good.
Rebecca, sorry, strawberry shortcake is not nasty. It's delicious. Anyway, moving
Okay.
on. Jenna
Well,
destroyed that game, crushed it.
I can visually see her flexing
Yeah.
in front of the TV right now.
Mike, Jenna, you should videotape yourself celebrating
Doing
your
a
win,
dance.
and we'll show it next
Do
week
the cookie
for
dance.
Youth Group Live.
Tell them what they've won, John. You have won 6 more weeks of confinement with your family.
Wow.
I'll
Wait,
tell you what, the losers get that too.
That's encouraging.
All right, so we're gonna jump into the first part of this week's lesson. We're still in our series called Fallen Leaders, and for those that I think we got an attachment, we might have gotten the dance. Ooh, whoa.
Oh.
Okay, Jenna's just blowing my mind.
Oh, Jenna
just-
just trumped the answer to the last one.
Can we? Let me
That if you if you can't see that, that says strawberry shortcake Oreo, which means
they were Googling this the whole time. That's what it means.
well,
Okay.
Maybe not, though.
Maybe
Don't send us your dance then.
either Jenna was cheating or she knows and she's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
I
got that one right.
I have
too.
a package right in front of me.
A little blurry.
Y'all be wrong. No, we actually are right.
Good job, Jenna. Good job. Way to go.
All right, so you're using technology to bust my game. Wow, thanks, I think. All right, so back to our series. So for those of you that haven't been with us the whole time, we've had a series of different leaders in one way or another. Our first week was with Rhett and Link, the YouTube stars, and they are kind of contemporary leaders that most of you know, with the funny videos and the songs and the belly buttons. Not that we don't have them, but the big takeaway from them was that your faith can be strengthened by your doubts, and they weren't necessarily brought up in a place where you could ask those kinds of questions, so their faith went away. But it's good to be surrounded by people that will help you in your walk and have a safe place. My phone is blowing up. I'm going to take my watch off because you keep buzzing on me. And it's good to be surrounded by people that it's a safe place so you can ask questions. Week 2, Mike talked about Abraham and the fact that God uses imperfect people. And that's kind of a running theme from through all of this. We're all human. We all have fallen short. And it's important to have faith in what God's asking you to do and continue on with his plan. Last week we talked about Moses. And Moses, another imperfect person, but he followed through to a certain extent what God asked him to do. But with Moses, it's our how matters as much as our what. So he was doing what God asked him to do, but he did it in a somewhat selfish way. And God was faithful to the people, supplying them with water, but both Moses and Aaron weren't able to go into the promised land because they didn't glorify God with the way they did things. So this week we're talking about David, King David. We know 100 different stories about David, and the continued theme of God using imperfect people. David is known as a man after God's own heart, and yet when you think of the string of David's life, you think of a lot of things that he did that were sinful, but yet he was still a man after God's own heart. He was a king that was appointed by God, and God still has grace for those people that fall short and repent. An interesting side note to David's story, talking about imperfect people and God using. If you think back to in the book of Joshua, the story of Rahab. Rahab was a prostitute who hid 2 spies in her house in Jericho from the king, and she could have been killed, but she hid them, and then the Israelites ended up taking over Jericho. But Rahab was a prostitute, and Rahab turns out to be David's great-great-grandmother. So if your grandmother was a prostitute, maybe you will end up to be David. I don't know. But
I'm sure that's the moral of the story.
yeah. I'm sure my wife is rolling her eyes right now. But if you think about for those of you that were here a couple weeks ago when I had my sermon on Sunday, it's not to dismiss people. We need to have the ability to see people with God's eyes, and what he saw in Rahab was not what everybody else saw in Rahab. And God can still use those people. You're a flawed individual, and so is everybody else. And God can use clearly anything. And it's just important to give grace where grace is needed, but to call people into more of what God has for them. So that's a brief overview and a peek into David, but we'll come back to that here after our next game. But in the spirit of National Oreo Day, I'd like to know what your favorite flavor of Oreo is. So if you'd comment that over the next 30 seconds, we can ask Mike what his is because he hates
Keebler
Oreos.
Fudge Stripes. That's my favorite Oreo.
Your favorite Oreo is not even Oreo.
Keebler Fudge Stripes.
Let's ask Jenna. Did they make a Keebler Fudge Stripe Oreo?
No, they didn't. I'm surprised that Oreo hasn't started ripping off Girl Scout cookies like Aldi has.
Ooh, Aldi's cookies. Strangely underrated.
What about their Oreos? They have Oreo knockoffs. Not
I
the
haven't
same.
had one.
Yeah,
I'm
you
kind
can't
of
do
an
it, can
Oreo
you?
snob.
Yeah, Aaron's like, eh.
So you don't have a favorite Oreo.
I mean, probably double stuff if I had to pick,
It's my go-to.
because
I
for
think
me, you could,
candy cane is gonna be amazing.
Candy
Really?
cane is good.
It's like the Chick-fil-A when they do the peppermint.
it's awesome.
Peppermint
Oh,
milkshake.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, they should
Yeah.
just
So
do it year
good.
round, but
I do want to try. I haven't had. There's lemon Oreos right now.
They are.
a
I'm
lemon
not a
cream.
huge lemon fan.
Ooh,
Jill
I am.
loves
I
lemon.
like the lemon. I like
but
the lemon.
Yeah, they're
Double stuff, birthday cake, or red velvet. Good. Yeah, I like that page. Jenna is golden. Leah
Jenna, you
classic,
had such
of course.
promise.
Yeah, I don't know. Paige, I'm with Paige or Leah here. I'm sorry.
Jill says
Abby.
no knockoffs.
Double stuff or birthday
Because
cake.
That's right, babe.
Anna
All right.
says chocolate peanut butter pie.
I'm telling you, they're good.
Yeah, I
They're
have to
good.
try it.
So, I like my my drug of choice is double stuffed. I mean I could slam down a whole package. I don't know if I could do a family size, but I could slam it down. Have you had?
And hate yourself after,
Yeah,
right?
well,
Isn't
yeah.
that your winter retreat snack of choice? Double stuff?
Actually, no. I do a lot of pull and peel licorice Twizzlers.
Not a fan.
no, just the regular.
Just the regular Twizzlers.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of stories here that ultimately go back to me vomiting.
Yeah, don't eat a whole package of Twizzlers,
I ate a whole
by the way.
pack,
Don't do it.
And I had ginger ale with it.
Ooh.
It was like
It's
like fruit punch Oreo liquefied, and it was projectile. So, but have you had Mega Stuff?
No.
See, here's
Is
the
it
thing.
more than double stuff?
It's yeah.
Is
It's
it
like
double stuff?
it's not double stuff, but it's like a double and a regular with both creams. It's like double and a half stuff.
So
It's like three stuff.
So basically, Oreo's getting to the point that everyone's favorite part of the Oreo is the cream. Just
I'm a
chuck
cream
the
fan.
cookie. Just chuck the cookie.
Fun story. Fun story. Okay, so I was gonna go from mega
Spoiler
to
alert, it's a long
I was gonna go from mega to most, but we're gonna jump over most. About 4 years ago, I was walking through Kroger over here on Hill Road through this frozen foods section. They had the stuff, just the stuff.
Oh.
I lost words. I was
So,
like a fat kid at
I
a
don't
buffet.
know if they still do, but there was a time there was a time when Cold Stone sold Oreo cream filling flavored ice cream.
Yes.
And they had specially made like jumbo Oreo cookies, so they would make you an ice cream Oreo.
Yes, please.
Those were amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I just
those are
like-
my favorite Oreos.
I
Okay.
just like to add that this is the most sustained conversation about Oreos.
Yeah,
I've
we
ever been
need
a
to
part
stop
of.
this because we have more stuff to do.
Whatever you want to do.
More
but
stuff. We love more stuff. All right, so we've got to revisit a game from last week.
Yeah. So I feel like last week was easy.
Oh, we're gonna turn it up.
So what we're going to do tonight, we've already introduced David is going to be the primary topic, and there's going to be some David stuff here. But we want to test a little bit of your road between Moses and David. So the first couple here, I think at least 2 or 3 are between Moses and David. So
Yeah.
if you know your Old Testament history, so
Let's see if they can
Brad.
Google this one.
yeah. Good luck on this one. Good luck on this one. I feel like you got to be pretty in tune with Old Testament for this.
That's
one.
right. So you got 7 times a guy with a head bandage. 7 trumpeteers, 7 blonde guys walking, and the castle with fireworks. What do you got out there?
First night.
First night. Good movie.
Well, all right. So Battle of Jericho, Becca.
Becca
Coming
dropping
through.
down with it.
Battle of Jericho, Walls of Jericho, Leah, Jericho. Man, good job. I am really proud.
I don't remember the guy with the head.
It's a turban.
Oh,
It's a turban.
I thought they'd have beards like the last week's guys.
He's young. It's Joshua. If it was Moses, it's
Gotcha.
representing Joshua leading.
There
Good
you go.
job, guys.
Well done.
Joshua's army brings down the walls of Jericho.
All
Great
right.
job, guys.
Okay.
All right, Aaron. Oh, now
No, yeah, this one
this one's pretty tough.
I don't know.
So we're
If you think about it, it's
so
pretty
we're following
self-explanatory.
we're following a biblical timeline here with this one. So we have Moses, then Joshua and the walls of Jericho, and then if you know a little bit of Old Testament history, this came after Joshua. There was a period of judges. That's not really a giveaway, right? That's a good clue.
Yeah,
Period
he
of
is-
judges. Wow.
You are being very.
Abby crushing it. Leah crushing it.
Can I ask why they have jaundice?
Jaundice.
Yeah, they're all yellow. They have
That reminds me.
Bad
Remember in grade
circulation.
school, like everyone used peach as skin color? Like, you remember that? Like,
The old crayon color was flesh back in the day.
it's like,
Definitely not racist.
no, definitely not.
Mike's from Kentucky. There was a little more diversity where I went to school. Not everybody used
Well, everybody used.
peach.
Yeah. Sorry. I realized that those words that came out of my mouth now. But anyway, Samson. Everyone got Samson. Great job, guys.
Well done. All right,
Man, good
next.
job with the OT history. All right, so we're gonna switch gears just a little bit here. Still
Okay.
following the same
so,
timeline.
Joshua.
No. Turban.
Turban.
Young person wearing a turban.
Okay.
It represents the Middle East. Except we still have the jaundice skin
Right.
tone, which I don't feel like is
there may be
correct.
jaundice people in the Middle East. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, that is a rabbit hole conversation just waiting to happen. All right, so we have a turban,
It's not a
we
bushman.
have an army helmet, a shield, a stone, and a sword. Army helmet, shield, stone, sword.
Feels like a Disney movie.
Yeah, this-
new
it-
world.
stop it. Excalibur,
You
the
wanna sing
sword
it?
and the stone. No, you don't want me to sing it.
King
I know.
Arthur was in the Bible,
fine.
right?
He's extra biblical. Abby just says David. David and. There's more to the story. She just says David. I don't know, man. David and Goliath. There we go. David and Goliath. Good job. Good job. David and Goliath. Bingo, bingo.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
All right, we got 2 more. Now, this is so. I'm just getting one clue. This is the story that we're talking about tonight. This is it.
So that must be David
So, yep,
or Turban.
Joshua.
It was David borrowed Joshua's turban to go to the kingdom.
So, David, castle, woman, bathtub, walking, baby. That is an ugly baby.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. It looks like David is in the bathtub because it looks like there's sideburns there.
It looks like
It
what?
does. I mean,
It looks like what?
it looks like there's some sideburns on the person in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Not the way I learned this story.
No, it's the slick back hair. Her hair's wet, so it's
Okay.
Yeah. Her hair's wet. We're getting way too much. We were getting way too
I was
into
thrown off
the
by the sideburns.
description of this lady in a bathtub.
Okay.
Bathsheba. No one spelled it correctly.
Cheetah? Is that what
Bathsheba.
if she wasn't taking a bath, would her name be Bathsheba?
Oh my gosh.
Dad jokes.
Stop it. Great job. You guys are killing it. How's our Facebook group doing?
They're watching. Our wives are answering.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Good job. Are they getting it right?
Yeah, because your wife said Pull and Peel are the best. You rock, Jess.
All right. Last one.
Last one.
All right. This one should be a piece of cake.
Yeah.
No, it's not David.
No.
Young man in a turban. Young man in a turban.
He's very versatile, the young man in the turban.
He is. He's representative.
Yeah. So,
And
young
now
man in a
I will
turban.
be. I think last week he was Isaac.
He may have been.
So he's aged well.
Yeah. he must moisturize.
He's aged for what 700-800 years, something like that.
What do we got, people?
King Solomon. Yeah.
Yeah, who are all the other ones?
His 100 wives. Well,
How many wives are
Solomon. Count.
there? 100.
There's 7. Seven times 100.
Oh,
So Solomon
700.
and his 700 wives, Leah. But great try. A for effort. I think everyone was 100% on that.
I think, well, everyone, yeah.
Yeah, everyone that contributed was 100%. Good job. They at least got
Solomon,
they
I
at
guess.
least got the main Bible character right. So
Yeah.
I think next time you put out a story and they have to create the memes themselves.
Oh.
That'd be epically. That'd be difficult.
Yeah.
it would be.
We might have
And
to
it might
just
take
play one
forever.
game.
Because
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I spent way more time than any human should.
He's been working
Right.
on these since last Wednesday.
I spent an inordinate amount of time creating emoji stories.
Fruit punch Oreos for anyone who can do it.
Oh. We might have to go on eBay for that one.
All right. Challenge.
They
Fruit Punch Oreos emoji story.
If you drop Fruit Punch Oreos off at the church, you might get a leg up on next week's game. Boom. All right. So let's go back into the story with David. So we're going to be in 2 Samuel chapter 11, and really towards the end of the chapter, really at the end of the chapter. So if you want to turn there, I hope you got your Bibles, people. If you don't, run and get them real quick. But we're at the end of 2 Samuel 11. And by this point, David has already seen Bathsheba on the roof, had her come over to his place. They, I forgot where I was headed.
Yes.
They had sex. We talked about that a few months ago.
Pause for effect.
Pause for effect. The moon. And Bathsheba became pregnant. She was married to Uriah the Hittite. He's always named Uriah the Hittite. I wonder what his last name was.
The Hittite.
Hittite. The was his middle name.
Yeah.
And David had brought Uriah back from battle and tried to cover up his sin. But Uriah didn't sleep with his wife. And so David sent him to the front lines and said, make sure that guy dies. So at this point, Uriah has gone back to battle. David has made sure that he's been killed. And that's where we are in the story. So we're going to jump in here, chapter 11, verse 26. And it says, when Uriah's wife, that's Bathsheba, heard that her husband was dead, she mourned for him. After the time of mourning was over, how long is that?
I don't know.
A period of time, David had her brought to his house, and she became his wife and bore him a son. So the the pregnancy that she had while being with David, she ends up having a son. The end of this verse is very interesting to me. It's like, duh. But the thing David had done displeased the Lord. He had taken another man's wife, gotten her pregnant, and now had him killed. So you can list all the different sins that David committed. At the beginning of chapter 12, his friend Nathan comes to him, and Nathan tells him this story about two men in a town. One is rich, one is poor. One has a lot of sheep. The poor man only has one tiny sheep that he basically raised, and it was not only a pet, but was like a daughter to him. And the rich man had a guest come in and didn't want to use any of his sheep to feed the guest, so he took the poor man's sheep. How dare him? And so in verse 5, it says, David burned with anger against the man and said to Nathan, as surely as the Lord lives, the man who did this must die. He must pay for the lamb 4 times over, because he did such a thing and had no pity. Then Nathan said to David, you're the man. No, he didn't say it like that. He said, you are the man. This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. I anointed you king over Israel, and I delivered you from the hand of Saul. I gave you your master's house to you, and your master's wives into your arms. I gave you all Israel and Judah. And if all this had been too little, I would have given you even more. I have that wrong here. Why did you despise the word of the Lord by doing what is evil in his eyes? You struck down Uriah the Hittite with the sword and took his wife to be your own. You killed him with the sword of the Amorites. Now, therefore, the sword will never depart from your house, because you despised me and took the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be your own. So Nathan is his friend, and that's kind of goes back to Rhett and Link's story. They had each other, but they really didn't have a community that would surround him and keep him straight. When you have a good person, a good friend in your life, they need to call you out. Sometimes you do stupid things. Mike has called me out multiple times for stupid things.
Same.
And so it's important to have those kind of people in your life. And Nathan was that friend for David. And so instead of, I think it's somewhat tactful. He makes up a story. Jesus did that a lot. He told a lot of stories to air out people's sin. And so Nathan did that and got the proper response from David. And so David comes to his senses. And if we jump down to verse 12, it says, Then David said to Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord. Nathan replied, The Lord has taken away your sin. You are not going to die. But because by doing this, you have shown utter contempt for the Lord, the son born to you will die. So David was an idiot, and David did evil things in the sight of the Lord multiple times. But David showed remorse. He said, I have sinned against the Lord. This was a stupid thing. I realize the stupid thing I've done. And he calls that back out to Nathan. And Nathan says, you're not going to die for this. Although he should, he doesn't die from this. But as we talked about last week, there are consequences for your actions. There are consequences for going against what God's will and God's plan is for your life. So the son that you had with Bathsheba will die. And that son got sick, and a week later died. And if we have a repentant heart, we all have things in our lives that we're doing that we shouldn't be. We need to surround ourselves with good friends that can not only see that but can call you out on it. There are a lot of people that have friends that tell them everything that they want to hear, and that's not beneficial. It doesn't help you in the least. It just takes you further down a bad road. So it's important to have friends that will call you out when you're doing things you shouldn't. And then it's on you to acknowledge that, repent of that, and change your direction. And that's the most important thing in this story is God still has a plan for David. His life is not over. Not only is it not over, that after he was mourning this son's death, he and Bathsheba had another son who ends up being Solomon. And Solomon is our character for next week. So God still has plans. And although you may be doing something contrary to what God wants you to do, he can still work through you. He can still work through the people that you surround yourself with and have his will done. He's going to have his will done one way or another. But he'd really rather it be through you, since he's calling us to be his people, his church. So, any further thoughts on that?
Processing. Loading.
Fruit Punch Oreos.
No, this has always been such an inspiring story to me. If you want some more context to the story, read the story. But Psalm 51 really gets into the heart of David on the backside of this.
Yeah.
Psalm 51 is one of my favorites, and it kind of really gets to the heart of David's anguish that's expressed in this one line of "I have sinned against the Lord." It kind of expands on that. So I would encourage everyone watching to go read Psalms 51.
Absolutely. All of Psalms.
All of Psalms.
I mean,
yeah, but that one
but
specifically
51
related to this story.
really drops it.
Yeah.
All right. So, that's kind of it for tonight. We want to talk about Zoom once more. Sunday we had our first time using Zoom for small groups, and it sounded like everything went really well. I think we're all we're in a funk a little bit because we're not together. I get really jazzed for Wednesday nights when we can all get together and see each other's faces. And although this is fun and we're able to interact a little bit, it's just fun to see your face. And Sunday, the small groups were able to do that, and the conversations were it sounded amazing. I was able to hear from a slight distance one of them, and it was so much fun. There was so much laughter. There's so much real communication and connection that seems to have been lacking for the last few weeks. So if you are not in a group and would like to be, please text me or email me, carrier pigeon, whatever you'd like, if you even know what a carrier pigeon is. And we can get you in a group. If you are in a group and you know of somebody that doesn't even go to church here but might like to be a part of your group, invite that person. It's just another way for us to be the church in a non high pressure way. And I don't know, you guys are awesome, and I'd like to be with you, but this is the next best thing. And so Zoom is our platform for as of now, and if we find something better, we'll do that. But to cut us off or to send us off, we're focused on a lot of negative stuff. We're stuck in our houses. We don't have a lot going on. All of our activities have been canceled, or we're losing things that really matter to us, and it's easy to focus on those things. And so for the next couple minutes, as we start to leave this, I just want you to think of one or two things that have been a positive in this quarantine that we're in right now. What is something that you may not have experienced that has really been something that has surprised you as a positive, and share that with us so we can hear. It'd be nice to be able to share that with each other. So as we go, if you have anything positive, please share.
Yeah, so I kind of talked to you guys about this a little earlier today. There's been a lot of memes and a lot of funny stuff going on about people being quarantined and locked in a house together, especially people with young kids. And yeah, I joked with my neighbor that we might have to sacrifice a kid before this is all over. But
Not it.
I've come to appreciate the time with them. Even in those moments when they're, on each other's nerves and about to kill each other, and Jess and I are about to kill them.
Praise Jesus.
Yeah, we just, I think it's good to take a step back and just appreciate for a minute. We got a couple of responses on YouTube. Leah says, school closing for 3 weeks. That's funny because that comes from one of our bookworms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Becca says I've been less stressed.
Nice.
That's good. That's a great positive. We talked earlier about appreciating the time to just take a step back.
Mm-hmm.
Abby says time with my dog.
And Pepper loves
And
it.
Snowflake Girl. I don't know who Snowflake Girl is, but my friends and family made my birthday absolutely amazing. Well, that's awesome. We are so glad that you had a great birthday, Snowflake Girl. Whoever Snowflake Girl is. De-identified youth group member.
Trying to think who that would be.
Who had a birthday?
Would it be Gracie?
Gracie?
Gracie, is that you? If it is, happy birthday again.
No, that's awesome. Good positives, guys. Glad you're staying positive and keeping your mind in the right place. It's
All right.
important.
So we're going to leave you now. We're going to probably do some things differently next week just to keep them interesting, and you don't know what we're going to do next. So hope you have a great week and hope to see you. Oh. That's Alicia. And we'll see you next week. Hope to see you on Sunday in small groups.
Peace out.